Hello everyone and welcome in. I'm Taffany and this is Tika's Gardens. And today Chris is back at it. He is working along the side gardens here along the driveway, and he will be working in the front, putting down mulch. In the front and sides, we are not using hardwood, which is more of that really, really deep, rich brown that you see in the backyard. We are using black mulch. This is also by Living Earth, and it is their non-dyed black mulch. They have a line of dyed mulches that are like your browns, your reds, your black, but then they have this one, which is just a naturally black mulch, and to me, it smells like there's a little manure in it, some kind of composted manure or something. It has a little bit of a smell to it, which to me means that it's going to be feeding the soil. But this is what he's putting in the front. I like the Living Earth brand. Everyone has their preferences. This one is mine. And I think the black looks so nice. Chris is more partial to the black. If he could put it all over the yard, front and back, he would. But I prefer just natural mulch in the back, especially since that is where our herbs and our foods and everything grow. That's where we're growing, our vegetables and everything. I don't want dyed mulches around my food. And while this is not supposed to be a dyed mulch, just to play it safe, and so that he can get his black mulch. We do the black in the front and the natural in the back. So everything looks good. I'm looking at my little zinnia seedlings that started out as just little bitty sticks. They are growing so well. But I love the way this black mulch is looking. So we're going to just kind of watch along as he adds the mulch along the front. And then when he's done, we'll do a short little garden tour of the sides and the front. So don't go anywhere. Hang in there because we're going to take a walk around and just get a closer look at everything that's growing. So let's watch him lay the mulch, and then let's do our little tour and talk about what's there. I have to say, guys, I think I'm going to make this his job every year. Usually I do mulch and things like that, but I'm giving this to him. I'm going to let him lay the mulch in the front and the back every year. This will be his little job, and then I'll just continue to do all the rest that I do. But I enjoy not having to do this heavy duty hard work. Man, to think of how many bags he has had to carry. And for us, I feel like it is much easier to do it with bags as opposed to getting a big pile and having to shovel and move it and go back, with the cart, shovel it up and move it and lay it, and blocking the driveway with a big tall pile of mulch. I think that this just works better for us when we can do it with bags. And this is definitely going to be his job each year from now on. I know he's just so pleased to hear that. But if you're watching, Chris, yes, this is you from now on. I'll handle all the rest. I have to say that I have really been missing home. It is not easy to be away for an extended period of time. And when, you have to be somewhere and it's not really like a vacation where you really want to be, where you would choose, for me, someplace tropical and with beautiful scenery. I'm a person that has to have beautiful scenery, oceans, mountains, things like that, especially after living in East Tennessee. There's nothing like being able to look out your window and see the Smoky Mountains. There's no place like America. I definitely can't say that I have been anywhere and liked it more than home. I have been places and I have really enjoyed being there, what it has to offer, but being there and knowing you're there as a visitor as opposed to being there to live, I definitely love being in America. Every type of scenery you could possibly want, from deserts to mountains to prairies and valleys and hills and oceans and some of the largest lakes in the world, rivers. I mean, there's not much that you will see somewhere else that you won't see in America. So I definitely love living there, but I enjoy traveling and visiting places. But as long as the visit is short enough where I know I'm going back home, because I love my little corner of the world. You know, you're not the richest, you're not the most famous, but it's a happy little corner and I truly enjoy it. And I know there are many of you out there that can relate to that. You know, there's a lot that this world has to offer, so much to see, Great Wall of China, places in Egypt, Greece, things like that, historical places, lots of beauty, but still there's nothing like being at home. And so I can't wait to get back. I am missing my food. I am so hungry here because the things I'm used to eating, of course, are not around me. And America has some of the greatest foods, and you can get food that represents any part of the world in that one country. So yes, I am missing all of it right now, but I will be back in a few weeks and you will see me back in the garden. But in the meantime, Chris is really doing a great job. He's about to tackle this next bid, so let's speed him through that and then get to our garden tour. Well, guys, everything is done as far as the laying of the mulch along the sides and the foundations. He ran short on bags for the circle beds around the trees in the front garden, but we'll get that done later. But we're going to take you on just a little tour here. You can see the limelight hydrangeas are blooming. The little zinnia seedlings are really looking good there. Yeah, it all looks so good with the mulch down now. I'm so pleased. He'll finish up, like I said, the 2 circle beds around the trees. But for now, let's just take a look at what we have here. So, for starters, I noticed that Mom is there. The lantanas, everything is looking nice and beautiful and green. I have to replace the azalea that I pulled up from in between the 2 linear boxwoods. I just love those big fluffy blooms of the limelight hydrangeas. That is a camellia right there. There's a hibiscus coming up, and this is the outer edge, which is filled with Mexican heather along the outer part. We have zinnias and vincas in the middle, and we have lilies and angelonias along the outer edge with a Italian cypress right there, which will give us really big height. I think it gets to about 30 feet tall once it's fully grown. So everything's looking good. The agapanthus or African lilies are done. The hollies in the back are, there, it looks like a little bit of blooms there. The cleomes look like they are struggling. I don't think that they've been fertilizing my front garden here, so I think it's struggling a little bit competing with the tree roots because it's not getting extra food. But we'll have to get on top of that. I noticed that the daylily there, the Stella Deora daylily, is starting to bloom. And those are the little seedlings of the zinnias right there. So the grasses along the outer edge are coming along as well. So this bed is looking good. Yeah, I love it. And the front porch still looks great. Now looking at this side, we have the grasses along the outer edge along with the zinnias behind them, which will stand taller than them once they are full grown. We have the agapanthus there, which is just has a few little flowers left, so it's done. We have the caladiums and the zinnias there, 2 hollies behind them. I see the azalea I transplanted did not make it. But yet I do see a few leaves there. Maybe it can be saved, but I think it would be best to just replace it as a whole. It's too bad. But, you know, you're not going to keep everything. The hostas that were transplanted here in the front are doing good. So this section here along the front is, I think, will fill in very nicely as by the end of summer. The sunshine ligustrum, you remember, was trimmed down and rounded. The other azalea that was transplanted back there looks great. The Italian cypress is still making it. And then, of course, we have the outer edge with the zinnias, the Mexican heather, and again, the lilies and angelonias along the back. And I'm seeing it looks like I may have lost one of my angelonias, so got to replace that. And of course, the birds of paradise, which bloom later this summer. So we tend to see those later on, and they make a spectacular show. Yes, all of this is looking good. That was one of the lilies, the tall orange lilies that we get in the spring there that he's showing us. So Mr. Chris did a great job. And these are the circle beds around the tree that I mentioned that he did not have enough mulch for. So we will get these weeds cleaned up. We will pull out the dead hydrangea there. And we will get this bed planted up with something nice. We have here a zinnia that I put up here, which is doing pretty good, mixed in with some of these weeds. There is also begonia that survived the winter, so I'm really surprised. But happy that it survived. The color on them is so vibrant and pink. I love that. And the lantanas are a combination of like really creamy white and yellows mixed in there. So yeah, it's very pretty. And look at that. The other azalea did not make it there either. So those will definitely be coming up. And same thing on this side. We've got lantanas, 4 on each tree. And the azaleas that were here were already pulled up. And they were actually the ones put along the foundation where one did not make it and the other did. We still have some begonias that are there that made it, mixed in with the weeds. You can see the hole there where we pulled up the azalea that was put in the along the foundation back there. But these begonias really did good. So it's just interesting that those begonias actually survived the winter. But guys, that is going to be it for today. I want to thank you so much for supporting Chris as he's been helping me out while I'm away from home. He's doing a great job and everything is looking so good. We're losing some things I've noticed from the front and the back, but most of the things are still alive, so I'm grateful. So guys, join us in the next video as we get more done in the garden, and I will see you next time. Bye.